Hey everybody, I am Lewis Porter Jr. and welcome back to the channel. So today is a simple question that I keep hearing more and more, and I'm amazed that so many people are asking this question. It really comes down to the most basic simple question of when should I start promoting my comic book that I am working on and creating? And every time I hear this, I cringe in my soul. Because the first thing that comes to my mind is, geez, did no one look at any marketing books ever about anything? I mean, this is a 101 marketing question. So I'm going to give you an awesome answer. And this is going to make you more successful than any of your other people that are working on comic book. Here's the secret plan. Are you ready? All right. First off, the second you decide to do a comic book, that's when you start promoting it. Literally. The first second you decide, yep, I'm going to do this. The next thing you should do is figure out how you're going to promote it and talk about it. And most people are thinking, oh, that means a big ad campaign. No. It means you documenting the process of you creating this comic book. And I mean document. Don't invent, don't market. You document. You put out there, you build a blog, you build even a Patreon, you build something where you start telling people about what you're doing over the long term. Let me give you a really good example to show you what I'm talking about. Roughly, well, now it's been almost a year ago, I started talking about a new comic book role-playing game I was making. The universe called The Amazing Universe, and basically is the easiest way to describe it would be, imagine Marvel Comics if, and we're talking the comic, not cinematic universe, comic. Well, include the cinematic universe. Let me tell you what we did in our, I'm going to say campaign setting, but really it's a comic book world. But you'll understand, because this is for a role-playing game, and we built it according as we build a comic book, since we're doing a superhero role-playing game. So in the Amazing Universe, we had our version of the Sokovia Accords, as they did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and even Civil War, the actual comic book. But this happened way back in the 1950s and 40s-ish. So superheroes are registered by the actual government. If you have superhero powers by a certain age, they take you to a certain high school, and then you go off to a certain one of three certain colleges that specialize in this, and then they basically branch off and diverge on what you're going to do for the rest of your life being a superhero. Now, of course, there are renegade superheroes. A renegade superhero, think Spider-Man, is someone who may or may not have gone to one of these schools, but has chosen not to take the path that the military and the government have suggested for them with people with powers. So they're looked at as bad, but, you know, like anything else, it's like, we need your help, the Spider-Man menace, and the goal, but that's not important. So when I first started working on this, I told people what I was working on the first day. I'm like, look, I'm building this whole new world. I'm building these superheroes in this world. I'm building this whole thing. And here's where we're starting from. And that's what I did. Day one, I put together a Patreon for it, and I put it out. Now, I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of people interested because I didn't have a lot of money. Not a lot of people knew about it. No one knew what I was doing. So what I did was kept working on it every day. And we released information about the setting on every day. Like we talked about the character. So we took one character by each. We were like, started with one character, twin brothers. We talked about their powers. We talked about what they were in the universe. And we're not talking like this isn't pages and pages of stuff. No. We're talking about a couple paragraphs. And I mean like couple as in 2, max 3. I didn't want to write a lot because it was still kind of foggy, still getting it all together. I mean, I had it in my head, but that didn't mean I had it on paper. So started there. And just kept adding characters we're talking about, the world itself, how they co-connected, and just kept building from there and kept building from there and kept building from there. And then I got to a point where I started releasing products for our setting, for this superhero role-playing game. And this is for Mutants and Masterminds, if you were wondering. We're huge fans of Mutants and Masterminds here. So we put it together and we started putting out material for it. And little by little, piece came out, more came out. We made connections in the groups, and then we said, okay, here's a big team book. This is a team. This is why they're a team. This is what their name is. The name of the team, the first team, is Strike Force 1. whole setting of why they're called that, what happens, tied into history. Then we worked on our second organization. This is more of a Fantastic Four inspiration. Like, that's a modern day Fantastic Four. And we kept building that and building that and building that. And we got it all together, and then we created what we called Twilight Inc., which was the name of the superhero team. Well, not superhero team, actually the name of the corporate organization. We have a whole history on that too. But we kept building this over time. And we just kept documenting what we did. That was the focus. Document, document, document. And start from day one. Documenting it, writing it down, putting it in post, promoting the post out there, and just keep doing that and doing that. The reason you should keep doing that is over time, you are naturally going to find people who are interested in what you're doing. Because they're going to just see it and be like, oh, that's a cool idea. Because no matter how crazy your idea is, there's somebody out there who probably likes that idea, even better, loves that idea and wants to support you. So the second you keep telling them about and more, and you keep doing more, you get more people interested. The more people get interested, the more stuff you can do. And even better, the more people that actually support you with actual money. Like I told you, we worked on this for a long time, and then we started putting out products. But at that point, we had so many people looking at what we were doing, they were interested. I also found additional writers and artists because of that. Oh, I heard what you were doing. I'd like to work with you on that. Hey, that's great. So that's what you do. The day you start promoting your book is not after you put it together and like, whew, I'm all finished. Now it's time for promoting. No, that's too late. Day one, you promote that book. You talk it up. You talk it up. You put those blog posts out. You do videos like this. You do everything you can to get it out there. You keep talking about it and keep talking about it and keep talking about it and showing off art and showing off writing. And even better, showing off when you have a problem. Like, oh, I got a problem in this story. What do you guys think I should do? People want to be involved. That's a great way to get people involved. Oh, we're doing this. What do you think about that? Hey, I have a cool idea. What do you guys think about that? Now, you don't have to take every idea they give you, but if they give you a good idea, work with it. Talk about the person that gave you the good idea. Talk about them. And once again, it's not like you're writing ad copy promoting it. You're just documenting what's going on. Document, document, document. That is what you're doing. You are documenting your future by doing this. And this is how you build fans. You can't get to the end of the series and hope to build a fan base on the book you've just spent all this time and money on. It's a waste. You're wasted that. Start at the beginning. Document from there. Keep talking about every little step. And every little step gets you closer. And you're thinking, well, I'm not going to do that much on it. No, do a little bit every day. Spend 5 minutes on it. 5 minutes every day. 5 minutes. And it could be something as simple as thinking of a better superhero name. Or thinking about how the costumes are. Boom. And then you write it down. Hey, I was thinking about the costumes. I think the costumes should look like the original X-Men, but maybe not black and yellow, maybe red and blue. That's it. That's it. That's it. Boom. And then you put at the end, what do you think? And just put it up there. Boom. Tomorrow, 5 more minutes. And then 5, and you keep doing this every day. Within a year, you're going to realize you have all this content that you didn't even realize you did. And most importantly, you will have people interested in what you're doing because they followed you. They saw, oh, I saw this cool thing. Oh, I wonder if he's got anything else, because that's what we do naturally. If we find something we like, we want to see if they got more stuff. So you go to the site where they have the stuff and they check out, oh, it's a ton of stuff. And people go back and check on it. People look at it. And people then say, oh, I'm going to support it. And they talk to their friends about it. And then when it comes out, they talk to their friends and say, oh, the book has come out. I've been waiting for this book. People want to be involved in helping you. And I know it's tough to really think that, because when you're doing it, you're thinking no one wants to help you. It's your own crazy idea. You're afraid to let people in. Let them in and let them help you. It will be the best choice you've ever made. I'm not just saying for myself what I've done, because I know it works for me. I'm telling you, you need to let people in and help you. Don't be afraid to take help from people. Don't be afraid to talk about what you're doing to people. You'd be surprised how many people would be interested. And if you ever worry like, oh, someone will think it's silly, don't forget. Someone made not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, I think even 5 Sharknado movies. Movies about sharks in a tornado. So if you think your idea is worse than that, then please don't worry. They got 5 films of that. 5. Don't kid yourself. You know your idea is not that bad. It's probably pretty good. You're just afraid and shy and nervous. Hey, I get it. But just think, anytime you get nervous, someone paid to make Sharknado. And that money could have been coming to you to make what you're making. Because that's what I think. At least for me. So that's how I see it. So you tell me. Is that the best way to do it? I think it is. Start promoting the second you decide you're going to do it. And once you do that, just focus on that. 5 minutes a day. That's all you got to do. In a year, you'll be thanking me and saying, hey, I really appreciate it. I needed that. It'll be the best decision you ever made. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, and I'll talk to you all later. Hey, thank you for checking out my channel. Do me a favor, check out my other videos, and if you like what you see, subscribe.